don't have a question, only answer.
Pretty good. Basically, I work with two different engagements on BW on HANA with mixed approach, where you're using HANA as a native HANA, as well as the HANA was used as a backend database for BW also. I was part of pre-upgrade and pre-migration and post-upgrade, post-migration. I was part of analyzing the ZG BW ABAP analyzer program and migration cockpits, analyzing the transformations, what needs to be done, replacing select star with the select column, listing of the columns, eliminating for all entries, and these kind of customizations are done. And as part of upgrade, there are some function models which are absolute, and we have to replace the new function models, especially for the file upload programs and some of the custom function models written for DPS. And pretty strong with the text reporting and even the backend with SAP and integration of PODs towards BW and the self-integration towards BW with the TIMS 2011 SP5. And pretty strong HANA modeling and HANA database, and also different data provisionings onto it with the SLT, POD, smart data access also worked on. Yeah, so this is pretty much my strengths on it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Question is, he is asking me a question, so that's all fine. Let's assume we want to migrate. Now give me step by step, he's asking.
Yeah. So basically, see, there are a couple of things which we would have considered first. There are some considerations which we have to go through. First thing is, what is our present BW version? Let's say if it's 7.x, it will be different. 7.0.
He confirmed me that it is 7.0.
PMO option, through which we can do upgrade as well as migration and Unicode conversion also together. And one more point to be noted is when you're trying to shift towards 7.4 or the minimum 7.3, which supports you BW HANA as a backend database, we do not have the Java stack and ABAP stack together. We need to have split up. We need to have the Java stack to be installed in separate application server, then integrated together. It cannot go together. That's the point we have to consider that point also. And also one more major point is when you're trying to move to HANA, which is an in-memory database, we have to reduce the data. We don't have the freedom of having the huge database size. We need to have it more compressed formats. So then our focus also would be on reducing the size of the present database also. So we would have to concentrate on deleting PSA tables or unwanted log tables or RSVD stat tables. All might have to be removed. I'm just going through a rough, then I'll get into details of each of these. So these also have to be configured. Majorly, we have reduced the sizing of our database before even you think about migrating it, so that you get the exact sizing of your PW's HANA database sizing also. Yeah. And also we should focus on installing some of the nodes which is for the ZPW migration cockpit, or let's say ZPW ABAP analyzer or database sizing. There are different set of nodes what SAP has given. For example, if you look at this, we have some node 1729988, which is actually the SAP PW on HANA checklist, which gives you complete pre-migration and post-migration, pre-upgrade and post-upgrade checklist also, which comes from that. And also we have implemented the node 1847431, which is actually for ZPW ABAP analyzer, which helps you to analyze complete ABAP coding of your entire PW system and lets me know which of the statements are not really suitable for running on HANA database. Majorly it focuses on select star and for all entries aspect majorly. And also if you look at yeah, SP. So what Actual migration would go on for, let's say, around three, depending on the database size, I would say.
I'm asking about estimate, how many days?
Actual migration. But that actually also involves pre-upgrade, pre-migration, and post-upgrade, post-migration activities also. Generally, I would my estimate of this would be for around 3 weeks to 4 weeks for one system, one landscape. Means like for one development system, for polythene production, I would go with say 3 weeks to 4 weeks approximately. There may be slight difference on food depending on the sizing and some complexity of this application. If there are a lot of inactive objects or a lot of objects, lot of data volume is there, then it will take long. But generally it goes based on my experience, I would say 3 to 4. Yeah, yeah, in the landscape, one system, it will be approximately 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Yeah, that will define them. So let's say my landscape is with standard landscape development, quality, and let's say production. Let's say we would have done a POC also. We would have a copy of the production and then try to do a POC to see really what issues are we getting in. So let's take it as 4 months altogether, including the POC system, which we do it. Then once we have the estimate of 4 weeks, then we get into the details of the resources. I would need approximately 3 BW consultants, and I would need one ABAPer. Basically, if we have to do something with the absolute function models or to run some debugging kind of stuff on the transformations, I need one ABAPer. Then we would need dedicated basis consultants who would be basically Linux admin, because the HANA runs on, because we need to have a fresh HANA installation to be done on SUSE Linux and the HANA to be installed. Then we need a normal BW basis consultants who actually has to take care of the upgrade also. And then this will be and the HANA person is expected even to run the DM walks, because he can take care of what exporting the complete DML and importing the same to the HANA database. So basically, I would expect a team of around 7 to 8 people, including BW consultants, ABAP consultants, and then I would need a basis consultant. This would be the team which actually can go with the migration branch. So estimate is for around 4 months, and this is 8 to 10 people with the team size. Yeah, because if I purely feel it's on the normal system, not an extreme complex system. But if the system is really complex and number of objects are really huge, the number of BW concerns would increase, because there will be a lot of testing part going on. Because before going for it, because when you go for preparation of the upgrade or the migration, you have to run a lot of reports and take a snapshot of the reports for different selections and keep it ready. So that once the migration is done, we'll have to do stress testing, we'll have to do data validation testing, so that involves a lot of testing part which comes into picture. So if the number of objects are huge, I would focus on increasing the number of BW consultants. But actually migration part is pretty simple. You run the DMO. So irrespective of the data volume or the number of objects, my basis team would be fixed. 3 to 4. But the number, based on the number of objects, I would need to increase my BW team also. And then, because my estimate does not consider the stabilizations of BW after the migration. We only just fine tune about few migrations, but not exactly tuning every data. Once all this is done, then we get into the stabilization part as the next phase of the project. Say migration is done, yeah, and then what are the actual performance issues there? Then we can focus on that particular data flows or that particular object, then focus it more on. So as part of general post-migration, we would focus just on migrating all the cubes and converting info providers to HANA composite providers. And then inconsistency of the cases will be checked and complete testing of the objects. And these kind of activities will be done. But let's say if you want me to replace an existing transformations with the SQL scripting to improve the performance of the transformations, but that will be different case. As part of my estimate does not include these customizations or what I do for every object which really use the HANA performance. Exactly. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically my focus would be on, I would take the copy of the production system. Generally, I would take the client copy of the production into a different system.
He
And
raised
then
a
do
question
an
on
in-place
POC.
migration. So when I got to do that in-place migration, what I would do is I would basically take the production copy. Then once the production copy is done, I would do a lot of what do you say, data handling activities, like say deleting all the unwanted PSs. Okay, and then delete, yeah, live, because on the copy system we will do that, because we want to really estimate the sizing. That's the major important point of it. So I would clean all the PSA tables, I would clean all the log tables, I would clean all the RSD stat tables or change log tables of the DSOs.
So the
Then
aggregates will
all
be
unwanted data
deactivated.
has been removed out. Then basically I would run the program slash SDF slash HANA underscore BW underscore sizing by implementing the node 1736976, which actually, yeah, exactly. Service code they do, but that is what the first step actually.
Then ask me, is it done by basis?
We will do the complete housekeeping activities. Then you get the exact the data what only the data what is required.
And here it should also raise a point on NLS also.
And also we might have to implement NLS 1736976. Sizing, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Business gas to do. Exactly. Yeah. Once all the housekeeping activities done from my side, I would have this program and I would ask the basis person to start doing sizing. They would actually use this node and they implement the program. When they run, they exactly get the information about what is the sizing of the column store and what is the sizing of the row store they need. Based on that, they get into the sizing of the HANA database. So they have certain formula where they say column store into 2 and they divide by 4. They actually take compression rate towards 4 times of it, and then they come out with sizing. And then they have to basically install the HANA database as it is. They have to get in with SUSE Linux and they have to install the HANA database. Now once the database is up, once the database is installed, now we have DW, let's say with running on MS SQL database, is as it is. And now we have a fresh installation of HANA database that is also considered. Next we actually do all the pre-upgrade also, pre-upgrade activities like checking inconsistency indexes, or is there any open requests in the PSOs, any inactive in objects, inactive PSOs or queues. And also collect the report snapshots of all the fixed, if not all reports, at least the major report for each functional area, or picking 10 reports for each functional area. Take the snapshot output of all these reports and store them before starting this. And also, if possible, I would also collect the statistics data also of these reports, so that it helps me to conduct performance testing for post migration also. So once I do all this, then they actually get to the actual DMO process. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'll prefer full. I'll prefer full copy. Full copy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Production
Yeah.
copy. Next is asking question on when you take report snapshot, do you take very detailed? If you have 10 company codes, for what selection you will take?
Even after clean housekeeping activities. And if we are planning to implement NLS, site-based IQ, or some with Sybase IQ or something, I would set up the connection towards this. And the data what we want, we can also move it to the LS so that it will shrink your database size. That will really help you to speed up the migration. That also you can do. And as part of manual activities, I will be doing the housekeeping activities with checklist in STC01 with PW housekeeping and PW before upgrade activities. And we'll also implement node 1829728, which will give the housekeeping activities. And majorly, I'll go with the node 1734333, which will give you complete HANA migration cockpit. But all the activities coming into STC01 is all can also be called from your BW HANA migration cockpit. Because we'll have a free checklist and from there you can call up, which ultimately gets to that cockpit, which ultimately calls to other T codes, STC01 or others. Yeah, 1734333. Yeah, that will be my pre and post upgrade and migration task. Then BW HANA migration cockpit is a program. Yeah, then we also have some certain checklists which is specific to applications, because for BW specific, you might have some specific activities to be performed. And again, I implement the node 1000009 ASU toolbar. And then I need to import that XML file, and which basically creates a task. Hello? Yeah, that they actually will have something called application specific preparations to be done. Application specific upgrade activities. So this node actually gives you an XML file which we have to download from the service marketplace and import. And when you go to this /ASU/start T code, we have to import that XML file, which actually formulates the set of activities to be performed as part of pre and pre-upgrade activities. Now this actually that's the basis, but you said as a team leader, I have to instruct everyone, right? I'll have to go with everyone. So 1000009 application specific upgrade activities. Then and when you even in ZBW HANA migration, when you check out the readiness of the system for upgrade, it does list you a lot of nodes, and these nodes have to be implemented by the basis there. So because it does give you an error message or all those stuff for you, and those so it checks for the readiness of the system for the migration for HANA. And it does give me list of all, it tells me all the errors and tells me what all nodes have to be implemented. And all those nodes have to be implemented before we start up the upgrade or the migration part. And they also have to do the Unicode preparations in SPMG, because if you want to make it as Unicode compatible system when it goes to 7.4, and the preparation activities also has to be done in SPMG for Unicode preparations. So and then actually migration part can actually start up, and once you have to take in the report snapshots and housekeeping activities and system readiness for HANA migration is all being checked. Basically, they have run this. Major thing is the migrate create DDL is the program what they run, which actually exports the complete DDL statement of your database, through which, and this DDL is again runs in HANA and creates exact database what is needed. There are some program called SMIGR_create_DDL is a program. When you run that, it actually creates a DDL statement of the entire database of the existing system. So, let's say you have a table, it exports a create statement on the table. So, all these detailed statements are again exported and rerun onto HANA database, so it creates the same database for it before you start moving out the data. Hello? So, yeah, they do this, and then the actual migration it starts up. Then, as part of post, we would have certain activities what we have to do. Again, we have to carry out the testing, and then see the performance testing, and then the data validations to be done. And we check out every object, every cube, every data source. The delta is being disturbed. Again, we had problems with PSS, because what we did is we had to clean up the delta queues, because we were unscheduling the process change. So what we did is we wanted to clean up the delta queue before the migration. So what we did is we run delta load twice and kept the request in PS. Did not load it in next level targets.
I was not so clear. You can be more clear. At early morning,
the new column comes into the PSU table definition, and the PSU tables are disturbed. The requests which are already loaded before migration could not be loaded to the next level targets. We had that problem. Yeah, and then we will. So the solution is you either load the data to till the target, till the top level, and keep it. Do not stage the data in the PSA, then just leave it. Because what we did is we just run the info package delta load twice and clean the delta and had all the data stayed in PSA, but did not load to the next level targets. That was our problem. But what I suggest is whatever data you have, run the process chain so that it takes data to the all the top level targets and keep it. Don't depend on the data in the PSA to be leveraged after the migration. Yeah. And then we would do yeah. After, as per the post, we would basically do, because if you go to STC0 from the migration cockpit, you'll have after upgrade and after migration activities, which they have to carry out. And then we have to check the DBA cockpit, that's what our migration, because in the DBA cockpit, you get to see all the connection details of HANA, whether the database connection is fine, or we can also use ADBC underscore connection underscore test to see the primary database connection is fine, and from there you can actually access the administration of HANA database also, and see the engines, how many application services being maintained, is all or off or not. All this, you can just do an overall overview check, and then we get into repairing of the PSA tables majorly. We use a program RSD underscore PS underscore part number underscore check for repairing the PSA tables, and then we also have a problem with the master data views, because when you right click on your master and say maintain master data, generally you are supposed to get a selection screen where you basically try to give selections of the master and see that, right? You miss those grids, master data grids, and so that you have run the program set rsdmd underscore check underscore ch underscore views, which is with the node 1892819. And again, we have to regenerate all the transformations, RSDG underscore TRNF, because once you migrate it to HANA, we have a checkbox called execute transformations in HANA, in the transformations. If you have a direct mappings, which does not involve ABAP, and those kind of transformations can be pushed deep into HANA database. So what we do is we use a program RSDG underscore TRNF underscore activate to reactivate all the transformations. When you do this, what happens? Whichever the transformations which does not involve a lot of ABAP into it can be pushed, the logic of it can be pushed into deep into HANA database. So there are standard stored procedures which are written which can execute the standard functionalities of the transformation. But if it involves ABAP, that doesn't go in. So we would basically suggest the customer after the next phase of it. Any transformation which is really causing a problem, we will start handling it as a separate case where we would have to re-implement the complete expert routine or start routine or end routine with the complete sequence. That's what we have to go. Then we also use a program of converting all the multi-products towards composite products. RS1 underscore convert underscore IPRO to HCRP. Yeah. Yeah. Then also we go with the yeah. No, okay. Yeah. Thank you. And there are also certain programs that say you might be, sometimes after migration you have a lot of dumps going in. And if you find there are some tables being really huge and it is trying to, so you get an error saying column store error on the table or row store. So in that case, if there are some row store tables which are really huge and you want to really improvise the performance on it to convert to column store, you can also use a program RSD underscore move on underscore 2 underscore column. This is the node 20444047 node, where you can also consider some of the tables of row store to be moved towards a column store also. And also, if there's any table inconsistencies, we check with RSD underscore table underscore consistency check. We go through that. And then if we measure on the post testing activities, data validation activities, testing of each data source, and just run the process chains and see whether the delta loads are able to be continued after the migration or any specific process the version compatibility with the extractors or not, or any node to be implemented for the specific extractors. These kind of activities will be going through. But as part of HANA optimizations, which is not part of this, we would focus on if there are any 3.x data flows, I would prefer upgrading it now. Migrating it to 7, and migrating text queries and workbooks also from 3.7 I would focus on, and converting your cubes to HANA optimized cubes. Yeah. RS and RS MIGR HANA DB. I would convert the cubes HANA migration, that's pretty common. Then if aggregates will be removed out completely. And suppose if I have a cubes on top of DSOs, which are just used for aggregating the data. Let's say generally what we do is we'll have a DSO staging here with detail one and the cube at the top with four aggregated. In that case, I can eliminate the cubes and start using those DSOs into the replace those objects into DSOs into multi-cloud so that reporting is done on DSOs. We are eliminating the next level layers also. Because now it is LSA plus will simplify the layers. Exactly, exactly. That will save a lot of space. See, generally what happens when they use LSA, a lot of architects they've been implementing PW like staging DSO, then we have one more DSO, then we have other DSO. For every transformation, they wanted to have a staging at with the DSOs. They had that luxury when it was non-HANA database. But when it comes to HANA database, I don't think this should be the architecture because the LSA comes in which is simplified. Even if you want to have multiple level of transformations, you have to go with multi-level info source, but do not have staging. Try to make it very simple. You have extractors, corporate memory, and then let's say you have your providers. And straight away, if you want to have multiple of complex transformations, include multiple level of info source. Have the staging at DSO and then start doing report. And you can start combining both HANA modeling as well as BW modeling together. Consuming DSO as an analytical view and then importing into calculation views. You can do depending on the scenario by scenario. And then I would prefer utilizing if we go with advanced DSOs. And wherever it is cubes, I can go with advanced DSOs required for additive nature. For overwriting, I can go with classic DSO. And wherever it's possible, I push down the transformation logic to take it to HANA by implementing scripting expert, SQL script expert routine. I'm pretty much strong in writing SQL script also. And we can start using Eclipse tool with BW modeling tools and start working on even for some cases of fixed query. We can use query snapshot to improve query performances. And then respect to optimizations might have to be carried out in the process, but that is not really critical, but okay, like removing of roll-ups and building or deleting indexes can be removed or DB statistics are no more required. And also one more thing, suppose if you have BW accelerator that will be out after the migration. So there might be some queues which have been where the data staging is BW accelerator. And all those kind of queues will become inactive after the migration. So we have to activate this queues as a normal standard queue and reload the data back from the underlying DSO to those queues. So all the queues where the data staging is with BW accelerator will be deactivated. So those queues have to be activated back again, and we have reload all the data back from the underlying DSO into the queue set. Yeah, because if you look at the info queue, we can have something like staging in database. So all the info queues where the data is being stored in BW accelerator will be inactive after the migration because there is no more BW accelerator once HANA comes in. So for all these queues, we have to reactivate those queues again as a correction request, and then reload the data to these queues because the data is lost into those queues. So we need to reload back from the underlying DSO to these queues. Yeah. And no more HANA optimized DSO. Use classical DSO. That's no more it supports HANA in-memory DSO. No more. Yeah, info sets also can be converted as a.
So can I convert existing info set to composite board and same program can be used, I said.
The program what I gave you on conversion, the same thing can be used to convert even info sets also. Or as we convert IPR over to. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's what we've done is before migration, we have actually had the snapshot of all the reports of different selections. Right? Then after the migration, we would start
Questioning was on the
running the
testing.
same report with same selections and get the data out. Per model, yeah. 10 reports, yeah. Exactly. What are the selections you have already run the report? You should have the selections and the data kept in ready, right? Then that's, yeah, yeah. No, 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 I will not take 10 company codes. I'll just say there is a, for one report, I'll obviously take one snapshot. Say company code one, I'll take it at the aggregated level. You start doing very detailed level, I'll take it like say you said company code, right? If I have 10, I'll try to have a report snapshot with 10 company codes in rows and with all the KPIs. So if it is okay at company code level, I think pretty much data should be fine if there are any filter. Yeah, together. Because in previously I worked with BW HANA migration and I working as BW on HANA as well as HANA is being leveraged as enterprise and all together. It's a mixed approach for exactly. I'm a contractor and I'm being outsourced by a company. Great. I'm done with Greater in November and I had my vacation in December and looking for a new assignment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. BTech, yeah.
And I think that is all personal. So we'll stop it here. And tomorrow we'll look at NLS. I think my connection is not fine.
సరే ఈరోజు ఇది అబ్సల్యూట్ ఫంక్షన్ మోడల్స్ అంటున్నారు కదా
Ah, ah.
అది మళ్ళీ వెబ్లో అయితే మనం ఎస్పీఏ ఎస్పీడీడీ యూస్ చేస్తాం ఇక్కడ కూడా అదేనా టూల్స్
అబ్సల్యూట్ ఏం కనుక్కునేక అట్లా కదా ఏం చేస్తారంటే కొన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఉంటాయి నార్మల్ వి రైట్ సమ్ కస్టమ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అప్లోడ్ ఫైల్ అంటాం F4 అప్లోడ్ అని యూ గెట్ బ్రౌజర్ అట్లాంటి ఫైల్ అట్లాంటి ఫంక్షన్ కూడా అబ్సల్యూట్ అయితే మనం దే గివ్ సమ్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ విచ్ దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఫర్ BW. So when we run those programs, it fails. And when you try to run those programs, you get an error. Then when we check the error dump, it says this function model is no more on good. That is the testing we do.
సరే పీపీటీ డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాను
Okay.
డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాను
I'll tell you. PPT ఒకసారి NLS ఉందా చూస్తాను. If this NLS connection is fine, then we can work on. We can see that topic. ఏం లేదు ఇది the Sybase IQ is like temporary one. It's only 30 days validity. Again, I need to install. Tomorrow I set that. So tomorrow we'll see NLS and one is on transporting HANA objects along with BW transport. So I've got BW or HANA. I want to collect HANA models into delivery unit and I want to collect the delivery unit into BWTR. And how do we do that? That's two things. And what is it you asked me? This document. Yeah, see if you go to Google, for more detailed documentation, SAP BW HANA Migration first guidance, you say. If you say SAP BW HANA Migration first guidance, and if you get into this, and if you say view document, you say SAP. problem with it, but actually it should open up this document or PDF code on the, you'll have that. Is the problem. It will open, either download, but it opens up. First guidance is the one what you refer to. Okay, boss. And tomorrow we'll see NLS and transport. So pretty much we should be done by tomorrow, or if not, there'll be some open topics on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I'll discuss more on interview point of view. Still, what you like, if you deal with HANA with database, what kind of questioning you get, modeling, what kind of questioning you get. So, separate time. How do you call the scripting with ABAP? I'm not focused more. Good. We have something HANA native development, which I don't want to touch because it is already there in Open SAP. What I do, we have taught HANA development at one stage, 3 hours video. I have this video, I'll just give you that video, just go through because there is no requirements on that particular topic. I'm only confusing you people, nothing there. It's all programming on JavaScripting, HTML. I only confuse you, nothing. I'm not giving you anything. So it's waste of time. So I'll give the 3 hours video on it, what I've taught for previous batch. Just use that video. That should be more than enough. Don't worry much. It's the same as what they taught in Open SAP, creating OData service or SAP UI5, creating application site, all this. I've done from basic. I've just took some database. I took some simple application. Just go through. That should be more than enough. Not waste time. So tomorrow we'll finish the pending topics, NLS and that stuff, and we'll try to if we finish all topics tomorrow, we'll spend one day on discussing interview point of view. Then we can close it. Okay. Well, thanks. I'll send these videos today. How many videos you got? Till 20? Set which day is reporting? That's what I forgot about reporting. So tomorrow we'll deal with NLS in this, and Tuesday we'll deal with reporting, and Wednesday we'll have a wrap-up session. Okay, fine. Not get videos. I don't get modeling videos. You just contact Pawan or Vinod. They'll give you all the videos. No, you got till 29th, 31. You don't. I'll send those remaining videos today. Okay, fine. Thanks. SPO, why was LSA can LSA 5 minutes topic. I'll touch on. For SPO, it's all, don't worry.